This is part 2 of recalibration, understanding recalibration, steadiness, and rootedness, recognizing God's work, quiet work within you. Why this guide exists? Many people encounter seasons where life feels quieter, slower, or unfamiliar and assume something is wrong. This guide exists to name what is often misunderstood. God does not always work through dramatic change. Often, his deepest work happens through realignment. The following words describe sacred processes, not problems to fix. Number 1, recalibration. What recalibration means? Recalibration is the process of God realigning your inner life after a shift in surrender, identity, or trust. It is what happens when survival is no longer required, striving is no longer necessary, control is no longer your anchor. Recalibration adjusts the center of how you live, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and relationally. Nothing is being dismantled. Everything is being reordered. What recalibration is not. Recalibration is not losing faith, not losing emotional instability, not burnout, spiritual dryness, or regression. It may feel tender or unfamiliar, but it is not dangerous. Think of this as an instrument being tuned. The sound hasn't stopped, but the pitch is becoming truer. What recalibration often feels like. During recalibration, you may notice emotions resurfacing without overwhelming you, a desire for simplicity, less urgency, more discernment, fatigue that comes from adjustment, not depletion, quiet clarity replacing adrenaline. This is your soul learning to live from a new place. Becoming steady. What steadiness is? Steadiness is the fruit of recalibration. It is the ability to feel deeply without being hijacked, respond without reacting, stay grounded with others while others escalate, remain present when outcomes are uncertain. Steadiness is not numbness. It is regulated strength. Steady people still feel joy, still feel grief, disappointment, and love, but those emotions no longer drive their decisions. What steadiness is not? Steadiness is not emotional shutdown, detachment, apathy, indifference. It is not disengagement from life. It is engagement without the panic. Steadiness means your inner world is no longer dictated by external pressure. How steadiness develops. Steadiness grows through rest, practiced consistently, boundaries honored without guilt, truth chosen over urgency, trust built through daily dependence on God. It is cultivated quietly. It's not announced. Rootedness. What rootedness is? Rootedness is what happens when faith stops performing and starts abiding. Roots grow underground. They deepen where no one sees. They strengthen the whole structure. And rooted life may appear smaller, slower, or simpler, but it is far more resilient. Rootedness allows you to remain peaceful without resolution, stay grounded when life is uncertain, draw strength from God instead of circumstances. What rootedness is not? Stagnation, passivity, lack of vision, or fear of growth. Roots are not the absence of movement. They are the foundation that allows future growth. Why rootedness matters. Without roots, growth is fragile. Without roots, growth is sustainable. God opens deep roots. God often deepens roots before expanding influence, responsibility, or fruit. How these three work together. Recalibration realigns the center of your life. Steadiness stabilizes how you respond to life. Rootedness anchors you for what comes next. Together, they form wholeness. This is not a pause in your calling. It is preparation in your calling. how to respond to this season. Instead of asking, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel different? Shouldn't I be doing more? Ask, what is God aligning right now? Where am I becoming steadier? What roots are growing beneath the surface? Do not rush this work. This is how maturity forms. This is how peace deepens. This is how wholeness takes shape. If you find yourself in a quieter, slower, more grounded season, you are not lost. You are being established. Remain at the windowsill and let God finish the work. And the windowsill is just a metaphor for just in his presence. I don't know where you come and meet him and talk to him. For me, of course, it's here at the windowsill. But this is a different place. I have to say, I've never been in this place before. Like, I used to want to live in New York City. Okay, so this is an example. I used to want to live in New York City. Excitement, noise, distraction. And I found out that was just me running. You know, just trying to escape what's up here by going to a different place. But we can't escape what's up here. We have to really work on that, and it's an internal thing. We can move, we can run, but we can't hide. And it follows us wherever we go. So now my desire would be the stillness of the beach or even the mountains, which is crazy because I'm not a mountain girl, or a farm. You know, I used to live on a farm. I grew up on a farm. We lived on a farm, and lately I've been thinking a lot about that time and just the simplicity of life, like even living off the land and growing your own food and being self-sustainable and no hustle, no bustle, just the birds and the beautiful scenery and just that stillness and the calmness that comes from God's creation and just slowing down, you know, like we don't need to be so busy. I promise you, busyness is the work of the enemy, trying to distract you, trying to not let you hear God's voice because you hear him in the quiet, in the stillness. And when you take time and you slow down and you sit with him in the quiet, your mind becomes peaceful. It becomes clear and you start to feel different. And a change, a supernatural change happens when you stop being so busy. Like, stop running, stop hiding, like, just stop. Stop chasing the tail, like, or the hamster on the wheel. Jump off. It's leading you nowhere. But anyways, so recalibration is just a process. And, you know, I'm pretty much out of that phase, but I wanted to talk on it because I had to understand it so that I could do a teaching on it for you so that if there was any questions, I could answer it because I walk through it. And so if you're experiencing this time, there's nothing wrong with you. God is bringing you through and getting you to the other side. And life is different there. And it's good, but very different. Because when you live in survival mode and you are growing healthier and whole, things don't feel normal because they haven't been your normal your whole life. And so you kind of don't know what that looks like. But it's a very peaceful place. And nothing's wrong with you, I have to tell you. Nothing is wrong with you. And God's got you. Keep chasing him. Keep seeking him. And abide with him. Praying for you.